calibration of the micrometer is as follows. Now in the operating manual you'll have a calibration sequence sheet that goes through and gives all these instructions, but we'll go through this on an actual weight meter. So first what we'll do is on the back of the weight meter we need to pop off this jumper. Okay, so we slide it to the left, and we see when you go to reinstall it, that black line goes on the left side or towards the outside of the meter. Now on older machines, what you'll find down on the terminal strip, usually on the right hand side, there'll be a terminal block with an orange tab, and if you lift that tab up, it does the same thing as popping out that jumper. So then what we'll do is then we'll kill the power and turn the power back on again. And now this will allow us to get in and unlock the meter for the calibration. So we press the menu button twice to where it locked to. You press the peak button, press it over. Now we want to change this so that it reads 1000. So we peak and reset, peak and reset. And then when it reads 1000, we press menu. We go 1, 2, hit it twice till it resets. Now we go in and we press the menu button until we get to the tare value, and what we want to do is set the tare value to 0. So we'll go okay, and when that is at 0, then we'll press the menu, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and we press the menu button again until we're at low input. Press the peak button, and now what we want to do is this is the 0 setting for the weight indicator. So for a net weigher like a CM780, we want no weight in the hopper. It's a good idea to just discharge the hopper a couple of times to dump out any excess product that's built up in there. We want the air on. For gross weighers, you would, of course, no bag on the clamp. You would have the bag clamps open. And then when all that's set up, we hit the reset button, which stores the value. Now we press menu again, and we press peak. And now what we want to do, we want to hang our known weights onto the weighing surface. So on a net weigher, it would be hanging them on the weigh hopper. So we want even weights on either side of the hopper. We use for test weights 2 10-kilo weights. They're approximately 10 kilos. And we hang them on either side of the weigh hopper or on either side of the bag clamp. It should be a minimum of around 15 to 20 kilos is best. And it doesn't have to be an exact weight as long as we know what the value is. So what we do, we hang our weights, and then when our weights are hung, we press the reset, and that stores that. And we press menu again, and that takes us to low read. We can leave this where it's set. It should be set at 0. And then we go into the high read, and this is the value of our test weights. So in our case, we usually our test weights weigh 18.43. 4, 1, 2, 3. And once we've entered that, we press the menu to store it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to reset. And now your display should be reading what your test value weights are, plus or minus, 10, plus or minus 10 to 20 grams over here. So it could be, 0.44, 0.45, 0.46 would be very typical. If it's not reading that value, it probably means that the tare has not been zeroed out. So just go in and check that. Okay. So once you're happy with that portion of the calibration, then remove your tare, your test weights, and your display should go back down to 0. Again, plus or minus 20 grams, 20 to 30 grams, depending on what scale it is. It usually won't go exactly to 0. It'll usually go, somewhere 0.02, 0.03, and that's fine. Once that portion is complete, Then what we'll do is we'll just go back and we will relock the meter. So menu 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and this goes back to all ones. Menu 1, 2, 3. Now when we press this button, all we see is the locks, and then to hide the locks, we reinstall our jumper on the meter. Once the jumper is reinstalled, we can cycle the power, or if we go through the locks, as soon as it goes reset, now the locks will be hidden. So we see now the only buttons that are working are a peak for tearing or for zero, and then our set point entry. And that's the end of the calibration process.